We are going to learn about our modeling tools in this demo. Inside Maya we have three kinds of modelings: nubs modelings, polygonal modelings, and the subdiv modelings. We are just going to talk about the nubs modeling right here. Nubs is an acronym and stands for non-uniform rational basic splines. That means that we create different kind of patches and then combine them together to create a geometrical shape. So the other ways, the nubs is the modeling of lines. We create the lines and we connect them through different kind of options and we get the geometrical shapes right here. So what kind of tools here and what should we know about? So under the create menu we have two basic tools here, and one is the create curve tool and the other one is the EP curve tool. CV stands for control vertex and EP stands for the edit point. So how can we turn when you launch the My application? How can you switch to the nubs section? You have to come here and you have to select the surfaces. If you have already selected some different kind of option, you have to come here and select the surfaces, and by selecting the surfaces you get the nubs option, like the edit curves, the surfaces, and edit nubs. We are going to discuss these three options as a modeling tool right in the demos. So under the create menu we have two important options, CV and EP curve tool. First we are going to look at that what these tools are and how we do and how we can just draw lines with these tools. If you click on this box, that means they have other kind of options. So if you come and look at these options, we have some kind of curve degrees right here, the 1 degree curve, the 2 degree curve, and the 3 and so on, like the 7 degree curve. So what does it mean? If we select the degree 1, that means a linear curve, and we come to the top view right here and we start drawing our lines. That means we need 1 point to complete a line. If you press enter, we get a line here. If you press the G from the keyboard or just click this option, we will get back to the same command and we can again draw the lines. When we first click anywhere in the scene, this is counted as the 0 point and the other point is counted as the first point. So degree 1 means that you need 1 point at least to complete a line. It's a 0 and it's a 1, and if you press enter you get a line. And the degree 3 means if you click the 3 cubic or even if you click the 2, that means you need at least 2 points to complete a line. The 0, the first one, and the second one, and if you press enter you get a line right here. And then the degree 3 does mean you need 3 points, 0, first, second, and the third point, and you get a line here. And the same way, the 5 means you need 5 point and you need the 7 point right here. So another option we have here is the Bezier. So if we click this Bezier option, and what is the difference between 3 cubic and 3 Bezier? The difference between is if you click the linear, that means you can draw the straight lines right here. But if you want to draw the smooth lines, we need to just choose 3 cubic, and this way when we draw the lines we get the smooth lines right here. And if we select all of them and press delete, I'm going to again create 3 cubic line like this and press enter, you get the line. And if you right click on the line, you get different kind of options like the control vertex. If you select this, you get these point and you modify these points by choosing the move tool, and just you can reshape your curve by moving these points along here anywhere like this. But if you right click again and choose the object mode, you will select the line again. But the difference between the Bezier and the 3 cubic is if you select the Bezier, the same way you can draw your lines. But first, these lines are more smoother than the 3 cubic. And the other difference is when you right click and choose control vertex, you get some handles, and by moving these handle you can just adjust the curvature of your line, the curve of your line. So this is a very handy option, and you can shape your lines, your curve easily by this option. So this is the difference between the Bezier and 3 cubic line. If you select the object mode, select both of them and delete them, and if you come to the edit point curve tool, it has the same option. The linear does mean you click, you need 1 point to complete a line, and if you select this one again and click the options, and 3 cubic does mean you need at least 3 points to complete a line. But what is the difference between these two options is that if you create lines through the CV curve tool, where you click, you don't get the line exactly drawn over. If I click here, the line is not exactly drawn onto these points, rather it's drawn between these points where the computer feels them fit, and if you press enter, you get the line. But if you select the CV curve tool, where you click, you get the line exactly on that point. So this is the difference between control vertex and the edit point. So if you click right here, you get the both option in each line. Control vertex, you can just work with the points, or edit point, the points exactly drawn on the line, and these two options you get onto both of the curves. Here you can also get the control vertex and even the edit point, and you can just work with them. Just keep in mind the edit points exactly stay on the line, but the control vertex, meaning CVs, they are just away from the lines. So this is the difference, the major difference between these two options. So with the help of them, we can just draw any kind of curvature, any kind of lines, and we can just create the shapes with the help of these lines by applying different kind of option from surfaces manual. But I'm not going to discuss this option in this demo. Maybe in another demo I'm going to discuss them. So when you draw the lines, you can edit your lines. If I select the EP curve tool, and if I draw the line, and if I stop the line here and press enter, but I just came to know that I did not have to stop here, right here. Rather, I needed to create the line to other points right here. So how can I continue my drawing my line from this point? You come to edit curve, and you get the option here, add point tool. If you select this one, you have the ability to draw your line from the point where you just left it. So you can draw the line. And if I have created my line and I want to detach this line, I want to break it into two parts or more than the two parts, what I can do, I go here and choose the edit point. I select any of the point and go to edit curves and press the detach curves, and this way my curves are detached. I get now these are two curves. How can I attach the curves? Select both of them, go to edit curves and attach, and this way you are going to get and you are going to attach them. But if you take a look at the options right here, in the attach option we have different kind of methods. We have two methods actually. Attach method is the blend method and the connect method. The first one is the blend method, and this is very excellent. It is going to attach them both of the curve in a very smooth way. And here is another option, and that is keep original. That means if I click apply, I attach the curves, but I just have the originals with me, original curves with me. So if I turn this option off, if I click here, it will attach the curve, but I don't have the originals with me now. So the difference between blend, if you see the blend bias is set to be 0.5, that means it is gonna attach them in a smooth fashion. If you apply them and you see it just moved them a little bit apart here, away here, and just connected them in a smooth fashion. But if you press Ctrl Z, undo, and other option is a connect. If you click the connect, and you get two options, multiple knots, that is the keep and remove. And with the keep selected, if I apply this, you see the lines won't move from here. They would just stay here, but they would be connected right here. And you can see here's a hard point. It's not smooth, it's a very hard. You can see the CV hardness right here. And if I select the remove here and I apply here, in this way I don't get the CV hardness. It is smooth but not as much as the blend is. So these are different kind of options through which you can connect your curves together. And the same option we have under, not the same option, but we have different options right here in the detach menu. And the only option we have right here is the keep original, because we don't need other options here, because we just have to detach the line from the point we have selected. If you hold the shift, you select here and you click apply, it's gonna convert these lines into 3 different lines from the points that you had selected. So this is how we can detach and attach our lines, our curves right here. And if you come and take a look at the align curves option, what this option is going to do, right? If you come here, you select this one and the linear one, and if you draw some lines by turning the snap to grid on, I'm going to draw the line here, press enter and G to just repeat the command, last command applied, enter, and this one again. We have different kind of curves right here. So what does the align mean? If I select this one, hold down shift, select this one, come here and open up the option box and go reset the setting. There are so many options. I'm not going to discuss all of them. And just click align. The first selected line is going to be aligned with the second selected line. So if I select this one, hold down shift and I select this one, and if I press go and apply the align option, you can see this is going to align to this line. But if I want this line to be down here, if I select this one and going to apply this, the thing is that it's going to be aligned on top of that same curve right here. That's why, because these lines, when you just align the option, if I undo to get you the better idea, if I select this one and this one, you see when we click and we create the lines, there's a starting point. I started from this point, this was a starting point, and this is the ending point. It's the same happening with each line I have created here. Start point is on the top and the end point is at the bottom. So if I select this one, shift click this one, and I apply the align option, how they're going to align is that the second line is going to align with the first starting point of the first line, meaning this last point is going to be aligned with the first point of this line. So if I want to select, I want this line, the start point, the end point of this line, meaning is going to be attached with the first point of the line, I have to just reverse this curve's first point to the last point. How can I do this? Is to go edit curves, and here's the option reverse curve direction. Now if you select this one, hold on shift, select this one, come here and click align, and this way you get this line exactly right on top of here, because now it's going to be attached with the end point of this line. So you can reverse the curve direction according to your requirements, whatever requirements you have. Even you are going to just reverse the curve direction of this line, go and reverse curve direction with this line, select this one, hold down shift, select this one, and go and click align this option, and now the curve direction is curve direction is reversed. So what we have in the align option right here, if you select this one, you see the way we just going to align them is that we have the modify position is the first, meaning where the first point is. We can change these options with this. If we apply, you select this one and apply, now you get different options. The first one is, the second one is going to be aligned to the first one. This is the modify position option. If you click this one, if I undo again, and the other option is that modify boundary is the first or the second or the both. You can select any of them, but I'm not gonna select and not gonna change this option in detail. We're not going to work in detail right here in this demo. But if you choose the second, here's a modify tangent, and if you select the second option, you select this one and apply that. So the second one is gonna get other line to be aligned with that. So we get two lines aligned with each other. You can go and you can attach them to make them one line. Select this one, hold down shift this one and edit, reset setting and apply, and now you get the same result you wanted. You wanted this line down here and now you get it. After you get it, you select these two lines, go and you can detach them, meaning you have to first select edit point that was here and go and detach, and this way you have the three lines right aligned with each other. So we have to tweak different things inside Maya to get the better result with these options and these settings. So what we have right here, what other option we have is the open and close curves here. What does this mean? This means that if you have any open op curve, you can go and change it into the close curve. I'm going to choose the 3 cubic. Even I'm going to here and choose epicurve tool and select 3 cubic right here. And I'm going to draw a line here, really close here, but not exactly a close shape here. And what is the close and what is the open? This means when you have the starting and ending points right at the same position, that means you have the close shape. But when they are the different positions, that means you have the open shape. If you have the open shape, you select the line, you come here and you select open close, and you come here, reset the setting, and by default you have the 3 kind of shape option: ignore, preserve and blend. I'm going to discuss the preserve here and apply. The thing is that the starting and ending point will remain at the same position. An extra line will be added between, that is the preserve. If you undo and if you blend that, it's going to take both of them and they would blend smoothly into each other. And what is the ignore? If you select ignore and apply them, it's going to ignore them and it slightly will move both of them and connect them together to shape a close shape. And once you have a close shape, you go and you just select edit point either, or you just select it and this line and go and click open. It's going to open this one. If you select and go and choose any point right here and go and click open, it's not going to be open from that point actually, because it needs to be first close and then open. So you select this option and with the help of this you click here, and from where the point was the first and start point, it is going to be open shape right from those points. So what else we have right down here is the cut tool, and that is a very important tool. If you draw another line that is intersecting this line and press enter and you select both of these lines and go and click cut, that means every intersection is now the separate line. If we have the separate lines, we can delete them. If you want to delete this line or delete this line, we can delete them, and we have everything separated from the intersection point. This is a very helpful option. If you select the nubs primitive, if you choose a circle right here, zoom into it, press Ctrl D, and with the move tool you come here, you select both of them, you go and select the cut tool, and this way you get everything cut from the intersecting point, and you can create different kind of option. It's an eye, like an eye option. You can create different kind of shapes right here. Okay, if you select here, come here, you create a circle. Now I'm going to duplicate this circle, bring and create this smaller one piece. And now what I'm going to do is to select this line, snap to curve option turn on, and select the Z, press here, you have it snapped with here, Ctrl D, same, you snap it here, and now Ctrl D, you turn it off, bring this here, right in the center, select the x-axis now, turn this on, middlemost, with the middlemost click here, Ctrl D with the middlemost, press click here, and you have the points like here. And if you want to snap to other points, you select here, Ctrl D, you just duplicate this option, move tool, and click right onto this box, meaning I'm going to select X and Z both. And if you want to bring it right here, you can Ctrl D, I want to bring it right here, and Ctrl D, duplicate, bring it right here, Ctrl D, and now you with the middlemost button press, click here, and you get it here. You know how to snap with the middlemost button press, and just nudging your mouse around, you can snap your objects to any curve or line. Now if I select all of them and I go to edit curve and click cut curve, and now this way we have cut all of them. If I select them like here, and if I keep deleting them, I get a different shape. And you just have to notice that we can create different kind of shapes just by applying overlapping different kind of shapes and creating new shapes by these tools. And with the help of these things, we can go and apply. We can just select all of them, and we are going to click and attach them, and this way we get one shape. Turn the snap to curve off and grid off, and you get a different line here. Edit, delete by type, history, and if you move them, you have kind of line here. I'm not going to teach you here how to create geometrical shapes, but just going to give you an idea to help you understand what is going to give you benefit of is that we can create some very effective results with this option if we apply them, and we can gonna get some very excellent results like this. If you take a look at this, we have a shape, we have a geometrical shape like here, and this is what we have created through the lines and applying and just cutting those and getting new shapes and creating the geometry. But we're not going to discuss the geometry right here, so you don't have to pay attention to the geometry option right in here. So what else we have right here is the curve fillet. And what does it mean here? If you click here, go to the CV curve tool, and if you take the degree 1 from here, and if you go and turn the snap to grid on and click right here, here and here, and press enter, and you select this option and turn the snap to grid off and go to modify and center pivot right here, and we go to the curve fillet right here and take the option by default whatever it has. If you click apply, you get the fillet here, but it's a separate geometry, a separate line that's going to be created. If you want to just turn this right edge into the fillet, this straight edge, you are going to go trim and join and click apply, and this way you get that you are not going to get the separate curve here, rather the straight edge is going to be turned into the fillet right here. So you can create the radius. Maybe I'm going to first undo this, press Ctrl Z to undo. I'm going to create 0.5 radius here and apply, and this way you can adjust your fillet. Another important option we have down here is the offset. So what it's going to do, if you select this one and press the Ctrl D to duplicate this, you can duplicate, but if you move this and you press here, now you can see this line is longer than this one. They're not ending at the same ending point. So what the offset is going to do is to help you fix this. If you select the offset and offset curve and click here, and you get the option like here. If you select this one, go to edit curves, and if you go to offset and curve option, you have so many options. I'm not going to discuss them. If you select the circular connect breaks here and click offset, you get the line here, something like here, and also another option was right there. I'm gonna bring your notice to that option is that come here, and here is the thing is the distance, offset distance. I'm going to give it a 0.5 right here, 0.5 and circular, and then you just go and click just apply. So now you select this one, go here and choose the curve fillet, and this way you see the lines are exactly ending at the same point, and this is going to help you out. With the help of this, you can go and create different kind of geometrical shapes. The same thing, Control D, duplicate both of them. I'm going to bring them up. I'm going to say that I'm not going to teach you how to create the geometry right here, but just gonna just show you that With the help of this option, you can go and create some kind of beautiful geometrical shapes you may need. If you select this one, I'm going to give you an idea how we can create some different kind of geometrical shapes right here with the help of these options. So these are very, very, very important options. So you click here, and we have some other option right here. We have the insert knot option right here and extend option right here. Extend does mean if I go undo all of my moves and something like here, come to the front top view, select this line. If you want to go and extend this line more longer, come here, extend how much you want to extend, the 10 unit, and if you go and apply, the line is going to extend at the end from the end point. But what if I want this to be extended from the front point, from the starting point? Select this line, go to edit and reverse curve direction. This way now this point has turned into the last point. If you apply, it's going to be extended from this point right here. So this is a very good option, the extend option, reverse curve direction. You already know this. And here's a rebuild curve. What does this mean? Whenever you create degree 1 curve, you may need to rebuild into the smooth curve. So we can turn the smooth into degree 1 and degree 1 into smooth option. Like here, if you press the 3 cubic and apply, the Maya is going to smooth it as much as it can. And if it's smooth, you select the linear one, the Maya is going to turn it back to linear. Meaning, if I give you an easy example right here, you select option, the linear here. If I draw any curve that is linear, meaning in the straight lines, and you want it to be rebuilt into the smooth shape, you select this and apply rebuild, and the Maya will automatically rebuild this curve. It's a very good option right here. And you have some other option. Fit basic spline is here. If you get the option here is a global, it is going to more smooth this line. It's going to increase the smoothness right here, but it doesn't work sometimes best, but you have the option right here. Select this one, and another option is a smooth curve. This is the excellent option you have here, how much you want to smooth this line. You are going to give the degrees, maybe I'm going to 5 degrees, like this one, apply, and it's going to smooth. Maya is going to make it smooth according to the values you give right here. And the same thing is the keep original. You know that if you uncheck this and you apply this curve will turn into smooth like this here. So what else we have right here is a CV hardness, very important. Sometimes you may need this if you're working in any kind of fashion right here. Maybe I'm going to choose create EP curve tool and 3 cubic, and snap to grid maybe is turned on or may not be turned on. And if you have created something right here, press enter and right click and choose control vertex. I want this vertex be this one be not smooth but very hard. You come here and you click CV hardness, and this is going to make your vertex hard. You may not get this right here, but if you move these points along more near this, and you may see that it is already become hard. Okay, to give it more easy way, I'm going to do it the other way. If you select this one, you click different kind of lines here, maybe here press enter, and if you select this, you select this point and apply CV hardness right here, you're going to see that it has turned into the straight and sharp edge, whereas it was first smooth, but applying this option has made it the straight. This is the CV hardness, and you may have to create CV hardness at different levels in your modeling process. You have the add points tool. You already have the idea about this tool and what does it do. So the most important option we have discussed, I'm not going to discuss every single option right in this menu in this demo, but we may discuss them later on in this course. So hope you get the idea, you know how to take use of these options. Maybe another option right is duplicate surface curve. This is another important option. I'm going to tell you what is this exactly. You go to create, you choose any like sphere or primitive, come to the perspective camera view, and if you right click and choose the isopome. Isopome means these lines. If you select any of the lines and you go and edit duplicate curve, surface curve, you get this as a duplicate copy right here. And be sure I just went into the nubs primitive, not into the polygon or even other options, any other. I went into nubs primitives and created a sphere, and then what did I do? I right click and choose isopalm, select any of the curve you want to duplicate, come here, duplicate surface curve, and you get the curve right here. Hope you get the idea. And the practice makes you perfect always. You have to practice. I may be very quick in this demo, but the meaning of this course is to give you the maximum knowledge. That's why every demo is filled with the maximum information. So you can rewind, you can watch it again and again, but you have to get the idea.